Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tiny Adventures with Suze. Hey, I just wanted to let you know that I put a shout out during the Tiny House Jam that I went to over Memorial Day weekend, and Tim Abshire stepped up to the plate and he wrote a song for me, a little my theme song. So he's putting some tweaks on it, but we'll be sharing it soon with you guys and you're gonna crack up. It's awesome. It is just awesome. I'm blown away. But hey, and my hand is really shaky and the lighting is not good. I really just suck at these and I'm not editing them, so you get me. This is it. You get what you get. And my dog, look, let's get down there. Where is he? Finnegan. He's like, I want attention. Is he not the cutest, you guys? Wait, I can't see. Anyway, okay. Oh, and my bun. Look at that. My half bun's kind of falling here. We'll put that back in check. Okay. It's back there. Y'all don't care what I look like. So look, I have been getting a ton of questions about going tiny and why I want to go tiny and how I'm going tiny and when I'm going tiny and what are you going to do about this and what are you going to do about that? Where are you going to be? Blah, blah, blah. Great questions. All things I've had to ask myself, and some I'm actually still kind of pondering and trying to figure out. So I'm glad you're along for the journey. I'm glad that some of you guys are just interested in what's happening. I know some of y'all have actually expressed wanting to go tiny as well. So you're interested in finding out kind of how I'm coming along on my research, so you can add it to your pile of research. But I decided that because I am getting so many emails and texts and questions when I talk to people, that I would go ahead and do a Q&A. And I'm shooting for doing it on Fridays. Obviously, I posted I was going to do it a couple of Fridays ago. Work's been crazy. So it's just going to kind of be as I can on Fridays. Okay, let's just kind of throw that out there. And, it may actually be on an occasional other day of the week if I get the time then. So anyway, so the first question I typically get asked the most is, are you crazy? And I'm just going to kind of leave that out there. Those of you who know me, you probably already have formed opinions. And those of you who are getting to know me, you're learning quickly. I would say, I think I'm pretty much in line with pretty much every other human. And I have my crazy spots. But, truly, this is what it boils down to. The reason I'm wanting to go tiny is because I have been paying for air conditioning. This isn't the main reason, but I've been paying for air conditioning in huge houses since I was 26 years old and bought my first house, for things I don't even use, for space I don't use and I don't need. And, I kind of convinced myself back in my 20s that was the thing you do. The American dream is you buy your own house and you have your own little piece of property and it's your space. It is your part of the American dream, which was great, and honestly, that first house was only 56 grand and that was even better. And it was on a nice sized piece of property and it had, a nice amount of space. And there was space between the neighbors, and actually I liked my neighbors. Hi, Jody. But anyway, the years kind of went by and my house kept getting bigger and I kept accumulating more stuff and I'd purge a ton of stuff and then I'd get more stuff. And you guys, look, I've been on my own for the past almost 21 years now, raising a kid on my own. She's graduating this coming spring. Hi, Alex, I love you. And I'm so proud of you, by the way. And you guys, look, I do have to dote on my daughter. She is right now in her final year at Baylor, and she's student teaching biology over at one of the high schools up in Waco. Yay, shout out. She's going to be an incredible addition to people's, to kids' lives that are coming up in this world and are going to be our next generation. So I'm a totally proud mama. But anyway, it's just me. It's just me now. She's been gone. Well, it's me and the boys. It's me and my dogs, my fur babies. But there is no need for me to have all this space and have all this stuff. I just don't use it. But I'm paying for it. And that's ridiculous because a lot of you guys know that I'm fighting Lyme disease. I have been since 2008, and it's cost an arm and a leg. It ate through my savings. It's just put a damper on a lot of things financially in my life in addition to the physical aspect. And I'm like, I don't have a retirement anymore. It's gone, which is scary. I don't want to be a burden to anybody having to take care of me in my older age. I want to have a place to settle down that I can call my own, where I can be as self-sufficient as I can for as long as I can, and then have something in this world to leave for my daughter if she wants it, and her kids, and so on and so on. So anyway, that's kind of the reason why. And then I started thinking about it. I've been following the tiny house movement for a long time, many, many years. Not since when it first started, but pretty close to it when the actual movement started. I'd say 8-ish, somewhere around there, years ago. I don't know, I lose track of time. But I just thought, man, the freedom of having a smaller house to have to keep up with, which is great. Plop it on a piece of property. You have all the space outside, outdoors, which a lot of people think I'm crazy for because Lyme disease and ticks and all that stuff. And bugs, I'm not a bug person. I'm just not. And here in Texas, tarantulas, scorpions, rattlesnakes. I have all that to look forward to on my property. But anyway, to me, the American dream now is to just have my little piece of heaven out here, to be close enough to where my kid is going to be when she gets married and has babies of her own, to not have the financial burden on me. You guys, if everything goes as like I'm planning it, I won't have any debt. Like I don't have debt right now, really. I use credit cards out the wazoo every month, but I pay them off every month, and I do it to rack up my points for my Disney trips and other gift cards and things like that. But I don't want to have mortgage debt and have to pay, oh my gosh, all that money. And I think I used to convince myself because, well, you get the tax write-off on the interest, which was great, but I wouldn't need it if I didn't have all this to pay for. So anyway, I know y'all understand what I'm saying, but I want my piece of heaven here on earth to just have a place. I want it to be a small upkeep. I don't want to be a burden to people. I want to be able to bank any finances that I actually make, either off of continuing the business I'm doing or selling it or whatever. I've thought about doing an Airbnb. I've thought about doing a tiny village where I rent spots. I've thought about a lot of different things, and the opportunity, they're endless. And as far as the tiny home goes, I have wanted to travel across our great nation since I was 19 years old. I used to have a map. I still have the map. It's in a tub now, that had those little, the little push pins that have the little circled heads on them. They were red. The ones that I had were red. And I had it mapped out, and I was going to go up to New York from Atlanta first because I was living in Atlanta at the time. And I was going to start in New York and just make a big trip all around the country in my little CRX. I was going to stop in diners and work for a couple of weeks to earn income, to pay for the motel rooms and my food and gas, and that was it. I have an adventurous spirit, as most of you who know me know. But I ended up getting married and having a baby, which I wouldn't trade for the world. But it just put that dream on hold. And I was thinking last year about this time, and my kid is graduating. I have nothing stopping me now. And so I had thought about just doing it in the car and taking the dogs on the road with me and kind of doing the hotel thing or motel thing or whatever. And of course, I don't think I would have to work in diners because of the money that I would have, but I still want to get out there and travel. And I want to see the US. There's so many places I want to go. So I was like, well, how could I do it? Well, I could get an RV or a travel trailer. I thought about that. It's a genuine option. And I still may do that for part of the time until I get my tiny house built. But I just find an incredible appeal to building my own tiny home, having it, this is the house I'm in now is my 4th or 5th house that I've built. And I love being able to do that, knowing where everything is, being able to put outlets where you want them, just the design of it all. And I love that homey feel. I just don't have the homey feel, excuse me. I don't have the homey feel in an RV. That's kind of another appeal of it to me. If I ever decided to, I could just take it off the axis or the wheels, the trailer, thank you, and plop it onto, a pad somewhere on property, and it's just going to be a smaller house. But Anyway, so I started thinking, well, heck, why don't I just take it out on the road? I can go, go to national parks. That would be my little trek that I'm going to make around the U.S. and hang out in the national parks or near them for a few weeks at a time, and then hit the next one, maybe come off the road every 3 or 4 months, check in with the kiddo, and then go back out on the road and do this for a year or a year and a half. And when I had the realization that the only thing stopping me is I'm having to pay a mortgage on this monster house I've got. A house that I don't use. I don't even go upstairs, like, except when the kid's home to help change sheets or go up there and talk with her or whatever. I don't even go upstairs. So anyway, that's kind of the why behind what I'm doing. So am I crazy? I don't know. I don't think I am. I think it's a pretty sound plan. I am in the process, and I kind of posted this on my personal page, that prayers would be awesome right now because I have found some property out in Llano, Texas that I'm looking at purchasing. So just working on I wasn't planning on doing that until I sold my house first. So I'm going to have to do some financial finagling in order to get it. But working on that with my brother, Hometown Lenders out of Alabama. He's in a bunch of states. You guys look him up if you need a mortgage. Anyway, so, just working that out and those details out right now. But that would give me the property that I need to plop the tiny house onto. And then, and ultimately, not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna build a small house on the property as well, probably around 1,000 to 1,200 square feet, so that when the kids come, the grandkids come, all that stuff, they can come and they'll actually have a place rather than just sleeping under my loft, my elevator bed that goes up and down, and a little bit more privacy once Alex gets married, I want my privacy, come on, But anyway, that's what I'm looking at. So you guys decide, am I crazy or not? I would love to hear from you guys. Who else has thought about doing this? Who's thought about it and said, no, not for me? Who's thought about it and said, this is a possibility? Who's thought about it and has actually started making plans? They just haven't come out of the closet with it yet. I would love to hear from you. But anyway, again, I'm going to try and do these little Q&As every Friday. I'll try and keep that up as much as I can. If not, it may be every other week or so. So if you have questions, either post them on my page, shoot me an email, do it through the website, tweet it to me, pop on YouTube and do it, wherever. You can get a hold of me a million gazillion different ways. And let me know what your question is, and I will add it to my list. And I guarantee you, your question probably is on my list of things that people have already asked, or it is in a bunch of people's minds that they just haven't asked yet. So anyway, I'm excited. I'm glad you guys are along for the ride with me. This is a huge process, big undertaking. If I could do it tomorrow, I would do it tomorrow. But it's gonna take a little time. And even just know that when I'm not posting stuff, there's stuff going on behind the scenes. So I will keep you posted on the property. I'll start answering more questions for you. I will share any kind of research and information that I find out with you guys, so feel free to ask. Oh, there's the boys. Also, if you want to be added to pages, let me know. I'm in a lot of groups here on Facebook, and so I can add you to those pages so you can follow along and ask questions and meet other people that are a part of this tiny house movement. But anyway, okay, the dogs are getting under my legs now, so I think I'm gonna sign off. But I look forward to, again, having you guys along on my adventure. And have a beautiful weekend. And I guess I'll be in touch later. Take care, y'all. Love you. Bye.